Here's the police. We urge all community members, including members of our migrant communities, to please report crimes committed against them to the local law enforcement agencies and not remain silent victims. I don't know. There's a gang member outside my door with a gun. Probably going to listen to that guy because if I don't, he'll kill me. And probably not going to call you guys because you'll do nothing. And you'll do nothing. I know you'll do nothing because in your eyes, they're migrants too. And they've been marginalized. And they're only doing this out of desperation because we don't treat them well enough. And we need to decriminalize being a Venezuelan prison gang member. And as Nancy Pelosi said, they have a spark of divinity. I believe Nancy was referring to when Trump said that this gang is monster. I think they say animals. I think he said animals. He said they're animals. And he was referring to, I think, a gang from El Salvador. These are from Venezuela. But surely Nancy believes that they have the same spark of divinity inside of them. So if I'm living inside this apartment complex, I'm probably going to have to listen to the gang members and not the local police urging me to give them a call. By the way, that code violation point is actually a pretty nice metaphor for America. Again, no doubt these are not nice apartment buildings that the gangs have taken over. I'm sure there's been many code violations. But places like this also attract a certain kind of person, just like our country right now is attracting a certain type of person. You have a country where you defund the police, or you have a country with cities where you defund the police, no bail, steal up to $950 at a time, decriminalize drugs, sanctuary city laws, heck, free down payment for a home now in California, healthcare for illegal aliens in California. You see how this is attracting a certain type of person. Our cities have become, our country has become a sort of broken window itself. This is a giant case of broken windows, sending a signal to gang members and prisoners around the world. Come on over here, you'll be great. It'll be great. You would think in a sane world, this would be the last place a gang member would want to be. You think if you were a Venezuelan gang member, think about this. If you're a Venezuelan gang member and you're thinking, I got to get out of this place. I got to get out of Venezuela. Venezuela's not working for me. Where should I go? You pull up a map. I'll look up a map. Get a little map here of what we're talking about. All right, so you're in Venezuela. You're like, all right, I got to get out of Venezuela. Venezuela's a no-go. All right, I'm going to Guyana, Suriname. It sounds nice. French Guiana. Do that. Sounds good. Brazil, it's right over there. Just hop across, head to Brazil. Brazil's big. Maybe zip on down to Uruguay, Paraguay, or is it Guay? I don't know. Bolivia, Argentina, that's huge. Head down to Argentina. Chile is the whole coast. Get some nice coastal property somewhere in Chile. Peru, that's cool. There's a lot of places in South America, a lot of options. In South America, we head a little north. Go to Panama, Costa Rica. Beautiful. Maybe jump over to an island. Maybe we live over in Puerto Rico. Antigua. Lots of little islands. We go to Grenada. You have a ton of options. And you keep scrolling up. Like, oh, Nicaragua, Guatemala. I could do good in Guatemala. You keep going and you're like, Mexico? I could do Mexico. United States? Well, obviously I can't go to the United States. Canada? No, I can't do Canada. Okay, let's, like that should be like of all the places in this landmass that's connected, I obviously can't go to the United States. I'm a gang member. I'm not going to go to United. That's crazy. And instead, they're like, book it. Where's the first train to Chicago? Or Aurora? Where's the first? I got to go to Aurora, Colorado? That's where they decide to go? Isn't that right? In a state, listen, I'm not a Venezuelan gang member, so maybe it's hard to put myself in their mindset. But you would think that would be the last place you would go, would be the United States of America. But instead, they're all like, come on, it's great. Let's go to Aurora. Because there's stuff to steal, and you get away with it. Here's the mayor of Aurora. He's a Republican. He said at least 2 buildings have been taken over, calling it an organized criminal effort. He said, I think we're the victim of a failed policy at the southern border. You don't say. Here is a resident of this apartment complex. Local news here, Fox 31 Denver.
They loaded up their stuff and moved out.
It's been a nightmare, and I can't wait to get out of here.
This is how Cindy used to lock her front door.
Every day when we come home, we have to do this every time we go outside
4 locks. She's 5. 5 locks on her door.
to take out the garbage. Every time we try to go to bed at night, we have to keep it like this so nobody can kick in the door.
Wow, and then she props it up with like a stick underneath the door to stick it. So she's 6 locks. 6 locks on the door.
The couple's car and many others here were riddled with bullets after a shootout at the complex earlier this month. The Romeros say the trouble started when a large number of migrants began moving in. They had not been able to move out for different reasons.
We couldn't get any. We tried reaching out to the resources, but they told us since it wasn't actually a condemned building, we would have to wait until that was the issue, but we didn't want to wait for that. So the only help I got was after talking to you.
We showed Councilmember Danielle Jurinsky the video. Today, she helped the couple move out and find a new place to live.
The city nonprofits have lined up to help the migrants that have come here, but nobody is helping the American citizens, the residents that are trapped in these apartment complexes.
Well, yeah, why would you help a citizen? Pam is from Aurora. Pam, how are you?
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Great to talk to you. Thanks for calling in here. What's happening on the ground as you see it?
It's horrible, Mike. I run a business right adjacent to that apartment complex, and it's just
Come on.
It's just overwhelming. It's sad. It's out of control. Denver is just a sanctuary city. They're just flooding them into the smaller communities now. They're busing them out here. They're busing them to our smaller communities, and their hotels are being overrun out here, and it's just chaos. Just chaos.
Okay. All right. So as I started the show, I was like, oh, I wonder if someone from Colorado will call in and maybe they can help us understand a little bit about the governor or something like that we don't understand. You're telling me you're right there.
Yes, right in Aurora.
How far away from? They're saying there's 2 apartment complexes.
Yes.
How far away are you from these apartment complexes?
Not even 2 blocks. There's a busy intersection, and then there's a strip mall, and then there's apartment complexes there.
Wow. What are you doing there? What was this apartment complex / this neighborhood like when you first started doing business there? How many years ago?
We've been in business here for over 10 years. 10 years, and it wasn't the best of neighborhoods, but it wasn't the worst of neighborhoods. It was fairly quiet community. You had your problems. You had your shoplifters. But since this has become more and more, they just come in and grab and run. And, we've been forced to put bulletproof glass up into our business since this has all started. It's just become worse and worse and worse. We can no longer stay open late at night. They had an issue not too long ago where they forced almost all the businesses on the street to shut down. I believe it was at night of the elections that happened over in Venezuela, that they shut down everything. You couldn't even get around in your vehicles. We just had to shut the store.
Here. Sorry. There were elections in Venezuela,
yes,
which were problematic at least. And they shut down your street? Who shut it down? The police shut it down?
Yeah, they shut it down. No, just the migrants. There were so many people out there in cars, you couldn't even get down the street. They were just flooding the parking lots. There was like a McDonald's, a Target, a Kohl's. You just couldn't even get down the street. There were so many people, and they were just celebrating, and it was everywhere. It was just chaos, just sheer chaos.
Where were you when that happened?
It was in the evening, so I was at home, and I was, watching the, business. We have cameras, so we were watching the business on camera.
Whoa. Wow. Have you had people just come in and steal, there's these flash mobs in LA all the time. but they just come in and steal everything. But have you guys had anything like that or close to that?
We've had just a lot of dashing in and grabbing and taking off with full, racks of stuff. We've been robbed a couple of times. It's that to that point. It's to the point where if you have, like we have a car wash, where the doors go down, they break in there to stay in there overnight. It's like I said, it's just sheer chaos. It's like, there's no help, from anywhere, and our own governor just denies that this is happening, that he denies it.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Pam, I was talking about you a little bit ago, Pam, in my hypothetical example of just a business owner who's putting all your own money up front to make a store and buy inventory. Like you have to buy the Doritos up front, and then maybe someone will buy the Doritos, and you got to sell enough to stay in business, all this stuff. And then just have an illegal immigrant roll in and just take stuff.
They just take it.
Like, well, what the heck? What are we doing here? Like this, we can't function like this. How are you doing it? How much longer do you see this? How much longer can you do this?
Well, what we're holding on to is, November. Let's hope for November. Change is coming. That's what we're holding on for. In the meantime, we just keep going every day because, who's going to buy business that's, in this area?
Yeah. Wow. What about the police? How have they been working for you guys?
Really, unless it's something serious. I mean, they're not going to come out for somebody coming in and stealing your product. They don't come. They won't come. They don't do nothing. I mean, and there's nothing. It's not to fault them. It's the laws that we've created that don't allow it anymore. It's, they won't help you. You practically have to be lying dead on the floor before anybody shows up. Yeah.
And these are Venezuelans that you've only seen, or other migrants as well?
I would say it would only be them because, it's they don't speak English. They just don't. So that's even worse.
How often are you in the gas station?
Daily.
Do you feel safe?
No. But I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. So you go and do what you got to do. But now that there's been light put on this, hopefully people are going to wake up, and the times are going to change.
The governor said Polis. How do you pronounce it?
Polis.
You said Pam.
I'm sorry.
Pam. You said that.
We're going to be nice today, Pam. Mike. We're going to be nice today.
No, you don't have to, because he doesn't get it. He said that this is a feature. I think he meant figment. This is a figment of Danielle Jurinsky's imagination. She's your local council person.
No, I challenge him to come stay a night out in this apartment complex. I don't think he would. I really don't think he would. Like I said, we're hoping for change in November. I would love to see Colorado go back to be a red state again. It's a beautiful state. It's sad what's happening here. So,
Pam, I'm so grateful to you. Thank you for staying in business. Thank you for fighting. Thank you for holding on. Can we stay in touch? Let us know how things are changing there in the days to come, as hopefully the attention stays
Absolutely.
on you
I
guys.
listen to you every morning when I get up and on my way in. So when I heard you call out for us, I'm like, all right, I'm going to be a first-time caller.
This is the time to do it. Pam, you're wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please keep it.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too, Pam.